Let's talk surface area of cylinders. So first, this cylinder is a three-dimensional shape, right? We have two bases, both are circles, and then we have this middle piece, which we call the lateral face. Okay, so what do we know about this? Well, if we're talking about surface area, we have to talk about the area of the two bases, which are circles. And we know that the area of a circle is pi r squared. And there are two of them, right? Because these two, being the two bases, will have the exact same area. For the lateral face, if you think about this, the area around the outside is going to be the length of this rectangle. So imagine that you take a scissors and you cut the side. Think of a soup can, and you cut the label and you unfold it. That's going to give you this rectangle. And the distance around the outside of the can or the cylinder is going to be the length. We know that to be the circumference. So if we take the circumference, pi times diameter, and multiply it by the height, because length times width is how you find the area of a rectangle. So the area of the lateral face is pi times the diameter, there's the circumference, times the height. So the surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi r squared plus pi d h. Let's do some examples. Okay, find the surface area of the cylinder below. Give an exact answer and use 3.14 rounded to 2 decimal places. So we're going to basically do two different problems here. First, let's remember that the surface area is 2 pi r squared plus pi d h. So what do we know? Well, we need the radius, and we see the radius is 4. So r equals 4. That means the diameter is 8. Because remember, the diameter is double the radius. And we know the height is 10. So let's plug in what we know. Our surface area is 2 pi times 4 squared plus pi times 8 times 10. And simplify. 4 squared is 16. So 2 pi times 16 plus pi times 8 times 10. Simplify further. 2 times 16 gives me 32 pi plus 8 times 10 is 80 pi. And 32 pi plus 80 pi gives me 112 pi. We're talking about area, so that is square units. So the surface area is 112 pi centimeters squared. That's the exact answer. Now let's estimate using 3.14. So I'm just going to take 112 times 3.14, which gives me a surface area of 351.68 centimeters squared. So that would be the exact using the pi symbol and the estimated using the 3.14. Let's do one more example. Here, again, we're going to do exact and estimated. Notice that they give us the diameter. We know that the diameter is 10 because it's all the way across, cutting through the middle. If the diameter is 10, that means the radius is 5. And we can see that the height is 14 because that is how tall the cylinder is. Again, the formula is surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus pi d h, the two bases plus the lateral face. Plug in what we know. We know that the radius is 5, square it. We know the diameter is 10 and the height is 14, and simplify. We always do order of operations, so we start with the exponent. 5 squared gives us 25. Still keep the pi times 10 times 14. Now we multiply the pieces that we know. 2 times 25 is 50. 50 pi plus 10 times 14 is 140. So 140 pi. Now when I add those together, 50 pi plus 140 pi results in 190 pi feet squared. And that is my exact answer. To change this to an estimate, we simply remove the pi symbol, and in this case, we multiply by 3.14 because that is what was given in the problem. So 190 times 3.14 gives me an estimated value of 596 0.6 feet squared. So remember, because we're dealing with area, we have square units, and I think that's it. Thanks.